You're bald.
Yeah, people are losing their shit over my head, man. God damn.
You're bald.
Yeah, and I shave. So what? I can't shave, nigga. Like this. I hate it when you walk down the street and you see someone that you know, my God, what happened to your hair? My response is always, what do you mean what happened to my I cut my hair.
All right, preach. You have a question for the guys. I don't know what this means.
Oh, it's just that because I saw this clip on This Week and I reacted to it.
What is the equivalent of getting flowers for a girl but for a guy? Like something that you pick up from the store on your way home. What is that? Serious inquiries only.
I had a bunch of interesting answers, and my answer was the
What's the same as getting flowers for a girl but for a guy? Probably Pokemon cards.
For a guy. Like something that you pick up from the store on your way home. What is that? Serious inquiries only.
I had a bunch of interesting answers, and my answer was the equivalent of flowers is flowers. It was as simple as that.
Yeah, that too.
And a bunch of people in that, like, in the comments were like, don't listen to him. I'm a man. I don't want to receive no goddamn flowers. The only point I was trying to make was men only receive flowers when they die. So the equivalent of flowers is flowers. There's someone that even wrote, yo, a set of brand new tires, that is not the equivalent of flowers, my guy. The math is not mathing. A bouquet is like $12 or $25, depending on the season. A whole set of tires, that's different. I've seen a whole bunch of other answers, like people was like banana bread. Banana bread was actually very...
For people, for men who are turning down flowers, it's because you might be getting flowers. You can't imagine yourself being happy about flowers. But I promise you, if a baddie has ever gotten you flowers, you are gonna not turn her down, okay? If a baddie got you some flowers, okay? You're ready to accept that with all of your heart, okay?
Very popular. Yo, banana bread. Food, of course. There's also I wanted to go away from the normal sexual stuff because I believe that that's not really like a gift. That's just like something and you're supposed to do in a couple. I mean, you know what I mean? It's not like everybody that lead Valentine's Day with look what I got you, and then that's not a gift. There's no effort. You're supposed to do that. Imagine I'm here, happy birthday. You can't do that's not a gift. But basically, you should just ask, my girl. And
Food, homemade preference, or a drink, like coffee or smoothie. Maybe, but I don't know.
and ask the person that you are with, what do you want? Because there's different answers. Some people said like a 3.5. If you know what that is, good. If you don't, I'm not going to explain because of obvious reason. A 3.5, some chicken wings, some food. Food was very popular. And when you ask that question, you should also believe the person that is answering the question. Because sometimes you're like, what do you like? Oh, just not nothing. I just want peace and quiet. Oh my God, what does that mean? It means that, shut it, my girl. It means shut it, my girl. Oh my God, what would you want? Chicken wings. What does he mean? What does he mean by chicken wings? Like, does he want like a whole chicken? Or does he want like, would he like a meal? Does he want me to cook? Chicken wings!
I agree you should ask.
Yes.
I think that's probably the biggest thing.
I think like people don't generally do that, right? Like girls don't generally overthink. Like if you're already in a relationship and maybe you're at the beginning of the relationship and it's the honeymoon phase, do people still overthink what to get for their SO? I don't think people overthink this anymore, right? A 3.5 counts as flowers? What does that mean? What does 3.5 mean?
Biggest thing.
Would I like receiving flowers? No. Because I'm like, them bitches going to die. And
And then you're going to have to pick them up.
I don't even care to see them. I would appreciate the gesture, but I'm also like, that's not me. So, yeah.
That's me. You can give me flowers anytime.
You like flowers?
I like flowers.
Flowers
I
in
love
a pot?
Just give me the flowers. I got the pot. I'll take
Well, then I'm curious what Abba likes.
Don't they die? I like when they're in a
That's my
bouquet?
question.
Can they even be preserved? I don't know about flowers.
Yes, they die
Weed?
like everything in life.
True.
Okay, but what I mean is, like, are they going to die much faster than if you actually had something growing? That's what I'm asking.
Yeah, of course, because they're not connected to anything.
Well, I mean, food is good too, right? I mean, someone said food, but I totally get it.
There's no rules or anything
Right,
like that.
so then you
yeah,
wouldn't want to receive a
Food is
flower like
good.
that. You want to receive it in a pot.
I like
Does that
food.
make sense?
No, but when you read, by the time you get it, it's okay. Like it's not gonna change anything.
As a man myself, okay, I like food. As a humble man, okay.
But when you receive them, you put them in a pot. Like
Okay.
you
I
can
don't
even
know what
put
that means.
you can even put sugar in the water for them even to last a little bit longer.
I realize I might have explained it wrong. When I
Go
said
ahead.
pot with like the soil where the flower keeps growing and it lives a long time.
Oh yes.
My bad. I realized you meant like a vase or some shit and you're going to make a beautiful little bouquet go in that
Yes.
vase. Nah, I'm talking about like you grow a plant or some shit.
You could, but sometimes like listen.
I mean,
want
no, that makes no
flowers 'cause
sense.
It's beautiful, but I don't want to have to take care of it. So if the bitch die, great. Great. I mean, I'm not trying to be like, oh, nice.
Fair.
Expire.
We just don't want to be given something we have to be responsible for caring for. Can you imagine a girl showing up with a fucking rabbit or a puppy? Like, girl, why the fuck you offloading something like that off to me for? Bro, you want to kill this thing?
I know for me, it's very rarely material goods. I actually don't like receiving gifts. Maybe it's because I don't like a lot of the gifts that people have gotten.
I will say, yeah, I also don't really like receiving gifts all that much. Like, if I have to choose, just mainly because, like, I don't like feeling the obligation that I have to give a gift back soon. I know that a lot of people who give gifts will always be like, well, I mean, you don't have to give anything back, right? You can just accept the gift. But the problem is that that's just not how anything works, I feel like. Because it feels like what people mean is, yeah, it's not required for you to give a gift back. I can't require you to do that. However, it would be a kind gesture that I would love a lot if you would give me a gift back. So, I would honestly just say, forget about the gift, okay? Just focus on everything else, I would get a puppy and raise like an alpha wolf and feed him crossfeed. I would raise him for dinner.
For the most part. But I know, like an active service would probably be more than enough for me. No, not sex.
My family only gives me gift cards and booze now. You're lucky that your family gives you anything at all, okay? Because when it comes to me, I mean, fuck. what the fuck does my family get me? Nothing, all right? Asian family.
My girl came by my place. I guess I didn't ask any of this, but she's staying over, and I went to do some work related stuff. And when I came back, we had dinner, and then she left. And the next day, I was opening up one of my drawers, and like all my towels were folded on the inside, the ones I'd put in the dryer. And then I went to my closet, and then a bunch of stuff was like put away, like well organized. And it's not necessarily about doing laundry. I didn't do that. Me, it was just like, oh, you took time out of your day to make my life a little bit easier. That's flowers. Too. I remember I messaged her right away. I was like, bitch, I love you and shit. Bitch, I love you. Thank you for them flowers in my closet.
I understand.
Like, it's not big, but the effort there and knowing it's something I would appreciate.
I think one of the most important things you kind of have to figure out is what love language do you speak? How do you express love? Because your way of expressing love does not necessarily match up to the love requirements of the other person, right? Like, if you're normally a very stoic person, but you like giving gifts, but the other person likes verbal affirmations, but doesn't really place all that much of an emphasis on gifts, eventually down the line, they're going to feel kind of neglected because, well, you gave me all these gifts, but you never tell me how good I look, or you never tell me how kind I am, right? So I think figuring out like how much emphasis you place on your love languages is really important for the honeymoon phase of a relationship, because after the honeymoon phase is over and you kind of start nearing the part where the relationship gets a lot harder, because everything wears off. You no longer put them on the pedestal, and you kind of see them for the person that they truly are. Um, I think at that point you really have to put an effort to make sure the relationship is still worth going after, right? So then and part of that effort is making sure that you're actually tapping into that love language, right? The love languages proportion thing, because you have to make extra effort even though you don't really feel like it to fulfill that, right? But yeah, that's just kind of the way I look at it. But yeah.
And I didn't ask. That's a sweet thing. And that's why people like flowers without asking. It's just like you thought about me and went out of your way to do something.
I'm gonna go against what Fresher Fit said, and I'm gonna talk about my personal life. For 26 years now, my mother-in-law has always been asking me what I want for Christmas, and every year I say socks. I hate to go buy socks. Buy me black socks.
Pretty much accept that nobody will treat me the way I want to be treated versus the way they would want to they would want to treated. Wait, what does that mean? Like, nobody treats you like a human being? Is that what you mean? Like, what is it that you mean specifically by that?
And I'm gonna be fine. I don't want to go in a store and waste some time on buying socks or even underwear. Like, give me that kind, and that's it. And she's like, really, socks? It's not about what you think about the socks. It's what I think about the socks. About the burden of buying a sock. It alleviates me from having to go out of my way to go to Walmart. Do you really want to hang with people in a Walmart? No, you don't. You buy me some socks, it's wonderful. It lasts me a year. We redo that shit next year. You know what I mean? Stuff like that. So it's the little things. At the end of the day, you should just ask. You should just ask. Just ask. And when the person answers, believe them. People are like socks, underwear, shirts. Okay, I'm not crazy.
Yeah, everyone's gonna be different.
I've pretty much accepted. Wait. Never mind. I thought that you explained it. Never mind.
And I think that's
he didn't explain
why a lot
anything.
of these questions online. I'll be honest. I have like a lot of fatigue when it comes to content about like men are like this and women are like that and these people are like this and these. Like, I know a lot of women who don't like receiving flowers.
100%. Because they're allergic.
You know, you actually go out. A lot of them are allergic.
Bro.
Happy birthday! Nah, I got a runny nose for 2 days. Man, thanks.
And it's not there's not like general trends, but at the same time, it's like just know the person. You're gonna understand there's gonna be some nuances to them that are be quite different than other people. So, yeah.
As in, people think of what makes them happy and assume it applies to everyone. Yeah, but that's like somebody who is like inexperienced with relationships, right? Yeah, like again, that's just someone who is just they're just not familiar with how relationships work. Because if you are familiar with how relationships work, you would know that you should probably be trying to figure out what makes the other person tick, right? As soon as possible.
I don't know. There's a lot of content lately that I've seen that are like, not even lately. It's been like that for the last couple of years, but
I feel like it's always been like that. Even comedy's been like that when I was growing up. And men are like this, women are like that, men are like this.
Yeah, and they'll pull up a study and they'll be like, see, men are from Venus and women are from Mars. And it's like, I don't know.
I'm from Mom Pum Pum.
And it's funny too, because if you look into psychology and a lot of things in regards to behavioral patterns, men and women are more alike than they are different.
100%.
It's just in some realms, they show up on much higher on certain extremes. So in neuroticism, you'll have women report much higher. Aggressiveness, men will report higher. But vast majority of the people are like on the middle area of the scale, and they just kind of have a little bit this way or that on a sliding scale.
Not even in a relationship, in
we're like
romantic context, yeah.
Opposite creatures. And it's like, I don't know. The more time you spend on this planet, the more you realize there's a lot more similarities than there are differences.
100%.
Yeah, I don't like flowers. So if you want to do my laundry, man.
I'm not going to do your laundry, but I'll bring you flowers. All right.
What kind of flowers? Never mind. I was going to ask what kind of flowers you're going to get me.
You'll see when I get them to you.
Nigga.
Plastic flowers.
Nice, good one. Good memes.